Hi, I'm Cynthia Schiller. Please like and subscribe. I have a viewer request to go over kind of a little bit about their narcissist. Do they ever get better? And there's a couple key things that I would like to go over. So this person is with somebody, there's an age difference between them. A lot of times narcissists will replace you with somebody younger. This person is younger than it's a female that's older. But so this person, the female, who is the narcissist in this relationship, is becoming self-aware. Now, in these different words that the person has said is kind of something I'd like to go over. So the person, the female, is saying, I'm becoming an abuser like my family. I need to go in hibernation, exile. So this person is kind of playing the victim, that I just need to remove myself from the world. I'm not worthy. They're stating I am becoming a narcissist. Now, this is key too, because are they really self-aware if they are becoming? So they already are. They're not becoming, they are. Because the other statement was I've become. So one time the person is definitely stating it. The other time it's like I'm becoming. So so this person's been caught on dating apps. They often do that. This was even done while the people were together. The male didn't say anything, didn't want the outlash. So he's already walking on eggshells, already foreseeing an argument. It's something that should be addressed in a faithful relationship, but he's too afraid to. So, they eventually, I believe, talked about it, and it's a little confusing on that one. Sorry, but he wanted his thoughts validated. She was cheating. It sounds like they discussed it. But he wanted to make sure she understood it in her head also, because I think what he's trying to say is that he wanted his feelings validated, not just in her words, but also in her head, because a lot of times narcissists will, just say the words, go through the motions, but do they really understand what they're saying? Do they really take it to heart? There was some triangulation. Narcissists love to do that, silent treatment. He's waiting for a reply. So they often punish us. He's saying it started off really, really well. In the beginning, there was the love bombing, and looking back, she'll use texts from the past to use as weapons. Okay, so it is a toxic relationship. He also states that, she makes a lot of random friends from all over the world. They love to have supply people adoring them. They often like on everybody's reply, kind of like, remember me, think about me, just trying to get supply, trying to be noticed. This person, who the female likes to watch content on narcissism, talks about it in conversations. So the person might be becoming self-aware, or a lot of times what narcissists will do is they will study narcissism to kind of know how to use their manipulation techniques more on the down low. So the more educated they become, the more they know how to hide their narcissism. So be careful on that. Just because somebody's studying it doesn't mean that they're changing their heart. And I would like to ask you, Mr. Viewer, if I was your therapist and you wanted to stop caring because it hurts too much, could you just stop caring? You might deal with some techniques on how to get past the pain. But is your heart going to change? Are you going to able to stop caring about people no matter how many years of therapy? Is there a way that I could really change what's in your heart? I can change how you handle things, but I don't change your heart. And the narcissist will not change their heart. They might change some of their actions, but they will not change what's in their heart. They will not change what they feel. They can change with how they deal with it, but they're not going to change how they feel. So you will always be in a relationship with somebody who doesn't care. That's just who they are. You know, and that's what being in a relationship is about caring about each other. And with caring about people, you can foresee certain things that somebody might need, or certain things that are going to destroy the relationship. But when the narcissist doesn't care, when that's what their heart is, they don't foresee what, you know, cheating could bring to a relationship, because they don't care. They think that they can just deal with it later, that everybody adores them so much that all they got to do is apologize and everything's going to be good. And then they might have to kind of kiss butt for a little bit, but they're going to go back to their same actions. So this person's even saying to, I believe, oh, she's hurt me, says I should run for the hills. So she knows she's a piece of crap. You know, she knows she's terrible. To tell somebody to run for the hills, she's not taking accountability. She's not trying to change. She's saying, basically, I suck, you know, run away because I'm toxic. She's not saying, I know I've hurt you. And, you know, she says, run for the hills. She doesn't say, how do we work through it? What is it that you need? This person, the female, will ask how the male is feeling to reset the conversation psychologically. And if he doesn't respond actively to her BS, or something is off, so what she's doing is she is trying to manipulate him. And that's what narcissists will do, is we think that they're trying to have a conversation with us, that they're caring about us, but they're trying to twist the conversation. So they're getting as much information as they can, so they know how to react, how to manipulate. It's not to connect with us, it's not to work through things, it's how to manipulate. So is the self-awareness just a part of the game, and have no intention of it? Sometimes they might somewhat want to change. They feel there's something off with them, but you know, can they change? How dedicated are they going to be? I did a video on, you know, if I want to be a marathon runner, I'm going to get tired of, like, this isn't really what I want to do. You know, I didn't want all that practice. I didn't, you know, this is getting tiring, and I'm getting older and I'm burnt out on this. And that's what the narcissist is going to go through with trying to change. They're going to be like, this is just too much effort. So this person also hoards, addiction to sex. And a lot of times they do have that sex addiction because that is a way to feel. So a lot of times they confuse sex with love because they're feeling something. And hoarding, they need their safety net, whether they hoard trophies, gifts from people, or they want to show off, or they just needed to buy something at that time. Hoarding is sometimes part of it too, where they just can't get rid of their comfort. And that's kind of where they go with the old supplies. They kind of hoard them. They just put them away. People who hoard things just put it away, don't really take care of it. It's just a stockpile. And that's what they do with people too. So, you know, this person has the female has 2 younger and 2 older kids. Doesn't work. This is kind of a kicker. Mine worked. Mine were both really good workers, kind of like the top of who they in their careers. So I'm kind of wondering if this is a vulnerable narcissist. So Mr. Viewer, if you can comment below. Doesn't work. The vulnerable ones I know are usually the ones that quit jobs, or go after somebody with money. And Mr. Viewer, I wonder, are you well off? You are younger, about 25 years old. She's 46. So I'm not sure how much finances, but I'm sure you have somewhat of a good job to where you can at least help her out with food or whatever. Not that you should, but how much is she using you for finances? Because if she's not working, she's making zero. You're probably making more than that. You say you're a severe empath. So, you know, you're probably a really good victim for her, you know, and you being that much younger, 21 years younger, you know, that's like an ego stroke to her. So you're kind of like a trophy, you know, to show off. So she's a cougar. She doesn't have to deal with getting older. I'm older than her, but you know, what she, I, you've severed ties. Oh, you haven't severed ties because you do love her. What should you do? What is she bringing towards you? She's cheating on you. She's not letting you talk to her. She's not working. You know, if you did get married, you know, you got all these kids that might need some support along the way. You know, the female tries to coerce people she sees with a relatively good lifestyle. Oh, she sees. Okay, so she's going after people who have some status in life. So she's trying to build up her kind of like her popularity, her how people will perceive her if she's entangled with you know, people of status, that she must have status somehow vicariously through them. So can she change? She doesn't really seem willing to, because she hasn't completely even accepted who she is. She's like, I'm becoming, I am. She's probably still on these dating apps. She's probably still going to keep doing, you know, hoarding of friends. That's why she probably accepts everybody's Facebook request. She's probably messaging people of status. Is she there for you? I know you love her. I can completely relate to that. The age difference too. You know, there's nothing wrong with age differences, but it's not a good relationship now. So it'd be different if the relationship was good. So the relationship is bad and she's 21 years older. At some point in time, if you were to marry her or stay living with her, whatever, you'd be her caregiver. She's probably going to get sick or elderly way before you. And, you know, it can be really draining caring for someone. Now it's different if the relationship is good. You know, we hope they're there for us. We'd like to be there for them. But, you know, 20, 30, 40 years from now, you know, you're just going to be a caregiver. And what should you do? You know, it's a toxic relationship. She knows it's toxic. She's playing the victim. You even say she wants to talk to you to reset the conversation to her benefit. She's not trying to connect with you. And, you know, she's a hoarder. She's a sex addict. She's, you know, that's how she feels love. She feels love through sex. So it's going to be something that she's going to seek out. She seems to want to be adored by people. And you know, is she going to, if she's on dating apps and you guys were together, she's not settled with just one person. So you're always going to go through that. And as she's going to get older, she's probably going to go through, it kind of sucks when you're not as pretty as you used to be. Sometimes you might get a little softer than you want to, or cellulite, or skin sags, whatever. So she's gonna need more supply to give her self-esteem. She's not going to find that from within. She's already lacking it. Can they ever get better? Can they act better? They can act better. Usually they get tired of that. But do they ever get better? There's very, very, very almost next to nothing success rate with narcissists changing. So as far as getting better, depends on what your term of that means. She might act better towards you. She's always going to go back to her ways, and then she might bounce back because she is like, okay, I got to act better. But she's not going to be able to have empathy. She will never understand you. It's two separate languages. She will never relate to you. She will never connect with you. She might spend time with you. She might have sex with you. But she's never going to love you. And that's a hard concept. She might adore you. She might enjoy the times together. But they can't fully love. They can friendship love. So it's friends with benefits, but it's not a lover. It's not a lover. So thank you for your request. I hope I answered your questions. And hopefully anybody else who has watched this, it kind of helped you. And if you have any other questions, I'd love to continue this conversation. I know it's hard. And do they ever get better? I wish I could say they did. So if anybody knows of any success rates, stories, please comment below. But it's cyclical. The narcissist always goes through cycles. And there'll be times it seems good and it's just going to get toxic again. So you would always have to handle it with not bringing out your feelings. And you need your feelings validated. That's when you start losing your soul, is when you don't have your feelings validated. We need that. That's what makes us feel human. So thank you for your request. Anybody else, I would love to do some videos for you, and I'll see you in the next